In religious teachings, there are several signs of doomsday, but there are also signs of doomsday based on a scientific perspective. In 1945, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, a discussion group founded by Albert Einstein, and the scientist who developed the first atomic weapon from the University of Chicago, mentioned several signs of doomsday through the Doomsday Clock. The Doomsday Clock itself is a marker of weakness and destruction on Earth due to disasters from nuclear weapons, climate change and technology that disrupts other aspects of life. In Peñata 2022 and Peñata Mac 2022, Majlis Sains Dan Keselamatan Bulletin Saintis Atom explains that there are at least 4 signs of doomsday from a scientific perspective. 1. Use of nuclear weapons. From a scientific perspective, one of the signs of the end of the world is the use of nuclear weapons. The use of nuclear weapons will cause tension in international safety, especially in wars and conflicts. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, according to the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists Science and Safety Council, has proven the sign of the apocalypse is getting closer. Prior to this, Russian President Vladimir Putin also threatened to raise nuclear alert and use nuclear weapons if NATO intervenes to help Ukraine. For your knowledge, the use of nuclear weapons may cause many casualties. For those who are spared, they will live with adverse conditions until the end of their lives, including diseases such as cancer, and social problems such as difficulty being readmitted into society. Scientists are also worried about the use of silo-based long-range nuclear-guided missiles, which is China's large-scale program, then the development of Chinese, Russian, and American hypersonic guided missiles, as well as the continuous testing of anti-satellite weapons in various countries. Because if not controlled, this situation may trigger an arms race. Dangerous nuclear weapons at the global level. 2. Reneging on promises to reduce discharges. Based on scientific studies, the next sign of the apocalypse is the broken promise to reduce discharges. It is known that an agreement between various countries to reduce greenhouse gases and their effects on climate change has been agreed upon in the Paris Agreement. However, the promise of long-term greenhouse gas reduction for the safety of the Earth and life on it has not been fulfilled in the form of short-term and simple release reduction measures to achieve this goal. 3. The vaccination gap and biological weapons race. The vaccination gap is also a sign of the apocalypse in the eyes of science. As is well known, global vaccine distribution is not reaching poor countries sufficiently, allowing new variants of the SARS-CoV-2 virus to emerge. Meanwhile, developed countries are advancing with rapid responses to the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, the establishment and efforts for new biological weapons programs, as well as biosafety and biosecurity lapses, also show that the international situation regarding the management of global biological research companies is worrying. 4. Information écosystème corruption. Another sign of the apocalypse from a scientific perspective is the breakdown of the information ecosystem, which includes internet-based misinformation such as a wave of lies. Scientists give the example that the wave of deception in the American elections led most Americans to believe that Joe Biden did not win the 2020 American elections. Not only did it ruin the election, false information also undermined democracy and disrupted the country's ability to translate global efforts in addressing various persistent world problems. According to scientists from the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, it is possible to reduce the rate at which the signs of the apocalypse occur, provided there is a real effort from humanity.